Hi, I'm Glenn. Thanks for hanging out with me today. So, I've had a few videos out now in this new format because, as I mentioned in my previous videos, I have another channel. It's doing not bad, but it's not exactly what I want it to be just yet. And I was trying to do too much at one time. So, in other words, I was talking to you guys about all this tech stuff for seniors, when in actual fact, tech stuff is for everybody. And I was focusing too much on, well, this is my personal experience getting my channel up and running. So I thought, well, let's call it Glenn's Hangout at this point in time so that you guys know how you can get your own channel started, because so many of us seniors have this side gig on the go, or we have a side hustle. Because let's face it, not everybody retires in a really great place. I was okay, not doing bad for myself. Got a little sick, had the big C word a few times thrown at me and survived it. So I decided, well, hey, let's do something for everybody, including myself, because I love being busy. And I just find that sometimes I miss work a little bit, although I have a busy art studio, as I've mentioned before. I'm just having a lot of fun doing this. So I do miss work sometimes, but when you're pushing 70 plus, yeah, enough of work. So having a side hustle like this is just amazing, and I'm really enjoying it. So today, in this episode or video, I want to talk to you about getting help setting up your own channel, because you know what, whether you're 20 years old or whether you're 50 years old or whether you're 90 years old, it takes a lot of work to set up a YouTube channel. And I found it really a little confusing because although I enjoy watching YouTube videos from everybody else, I was not accustomed to making my own. The first thing was getting used to talking to a camera. I did that in another video, and you know what? You just have to bite the bullet and do it. So where do you get help? That's the big thing. And I found that the best resources were watching other YouTubers who have started up their own very successful channels, and what did they do? How did they deal with it? I found that Tube Buddies, which we're going to have a look at in about 2 seconds, it was a really big help, and is still an ongoing very big help for me because of all of the analytics and suggestions they give you. Everything from hashtagging and onward. And I'm going to give you screenshots of exactly what mine look like right now. Kind of a little dull looking maybe, but on the other hand, it'll give you guys ideas on how you can actually get yourself going quickly. The other big part of this was when I decided to take the 14-day course to set up making YouTube videos. It was really amazing. The content creator group, and again, links are all below for everything I'm giving you today. And also, we're going to look at the actual course that I'm taking right now. It says I'm 10% completed. Well, to be honest with you, there's a lot in the course, way more than I need, because again, I'm in my 70s. I'm not going to end up becoming a star of all stars of the show, and I'm not going to invest thousands and thousands of dollars in equipment. The nice thing about the way they deliver their program is they give you the budget way of doing things and they give you the high-end way of doing things. So if you want to go the high-end way and you're like 45, or if you're 25, it doesn't matter, your age is kind of irrelevant. But if this is going to be a full-time gig for you, this is the type of course you could go back on, refresh, give yourself some new, fresh perspectives on how to do things. And the nice thing about the way Anthony teaches the course is that he shows you how to do a proper setup. He talks to you about whether your overhead lighting is going to destroy your shot, and he shows you how to set it up. It's an amazing course. I'm sure I'll get through all of it at some point in time, but I wanted to get started, so I picked out all the bits and parts and pieces that I really liked, and you'll see that in this rest of this video. So stay tuned, guys. I think you're really going to enjoy this, and if not, well, you'll move on, but if you do stay to the end, you'll see it may be very beneficial for you. So enjoy the video. Please hit like and subscribe, because it's the only way I can grow this channel, or any other channel for that matter, and you'll find that out for yourself soon enough. So thanks, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy the video. So let's start talking about content creators. I flipped on you a little bit. Instead of starting with TubeBuddies, we'll start here. This is the course that I'm taking, the 14-day filmmaker course. As you can see, there's already a bit of a progress bar. And as I mentioned earlier, this is a fantastic course from the folks at Content Creators. I've noticed, and you can see from here, there's a lot of new courses being offered, like the Weekend YouTuber. I've never heard of that course before, but you know what? It's something I would probably give strong consideration to having a look at a bit closer. These are pretty affordable classes overall, and if you're on a really tight budget, have a look at it and see if it's meant for you. We're going to look a little bit further into each and every one of these courses, but the one that I'm taking is really the one I can speak about because I've taken quite a number of the modules, even though they're only saying I'm finished 10%. There is a lot to this course, and as you can see from the opening screen here, over on the left-hand side where I'm highlighting, you've got all the different modules for day 1 all the way up to day 14. There's a lot of recommendations here, and there's, as I said earlier, do's and don'ts. There's also budgetary constraints that if you're under a tight budget, they'll help you out. They'll give you some great ideas and tell you where you can buy the products from. So I'm not getting paid to do this little video for you guys whatsoever. I just really believe that if you're stuck and you need to learn as much as possible in as short a period of time as you want to spend, because let's face it, we're all excited to get our sites up and running. This is a good one. As you can see here for day 3, day 4, there's lighting. Lighting is very important and a very big part of trying to put a video out that looks appealing. So, as you can see from here, Anthony shows you his own studio, takes you behind the scenes, shows you how his assistant sets things up. I don't have an assistant. I don't have much in the line of behind the scenes, but what I did learn from this program was that it's not that difficult to make a big impact on your recordings. So let's move on from here. So this is TubeBuddies. TubeBuddies, as I mentioned earlier, is a really fantastic group as well to actually attach their extensions onto your site so that you can get the insight that you need to actually get a successful video going. I'm not saying that you have to start with them because you don't. We all can start where we start and just put some videos out there. But if you're curious on how your video stacks up against somebody else's video, or if you're curious if you're using the right hashtags, or even if your title or your thumbnail is half decent looking. And I know if you don't know what a thumbnail is, you'll find out in a hurry because that sort of is the start of your video. Some people don't use thumbnails, and that's fine. You don't have to. If you want to use a thumbnail to get that really polished professional look, then I would suggest that you maybe have a look at these guys from TubeBuddies. And as well, we're going to have a look at my site, as I indicated. I'm scrolling through all the various different components that TubeBuddies site has. It's huge, as you can see. There's so many things to learn. And you can always just pop on to tubebuddies.com. You'll notice here they're industry leaders in AI and coaching to scale your brand, I guess. And that is something that's fairly important. I brought up AI before on different topics. When you want to actually have something like a title generator that, so you think your title is great, and I always think my titles are fine, but really when you go to a title generator like this and you let AI have a look and see what you've typed, you can find some pretty exciting things to do with titles. And let's face it, if you don't capture somebody on a title, they're not really going to want to stop in and look at your videos. So have a look at their title generator for one thing. And then as we move on into the next section, you're going to also see this is my site, and this is the opening screen when I want to go in and actually look at my videos. So here you can see from the side pullout that TubeBuddies has got all kinds of different things that I can check for analytics. But I think the biggest thing here is the title generator and the toolboxes that they have to offer for you. anything that has the TB or IB in front of it is going to give you the extensions that TubeBuddy has added. As you can see again, there's all kinds of different things that you can do with this. So here's the title generator. Click on it once because the title I have might not be exactly what I wanted. And if you look over on the right side, it's going to give me a whole list of generated titles that I could use. Again, you're better off to go to their site directly and actually see examples there. But I use this quite frequently and I find it very, very helpful for me. So let's scroll down now and have a look at what's below. This is where you make your setup for everything that you have to offer your audience. And this will show up underneath your video when you do post your video. So you'll notice here, there's a whole bunch of timelines that I put in there. That's all automated from TubeBuddies. They allow you to look at your video and actually add chapters. You'll find chapters are often recommended. So if somebody wants to scroll through your video in a hurry, they can just hop to and from different parts of the video. If you've put the description in, they can have a look at it. As you scroll down, you'll notice there's all kinds of questions that you should be answering, like, is this video made for children? I always say no automatically. Not that I ever swear or do anything inappropriate, but you may want to just be sure that you're on the safe side just in case. And there's your hashtags. TubeBuddies actually will weight those for you so that you'll notice there's a little blue. I think it's like 31 or something to that effect. You'll see the numbers in blue anyway. It tells you if you've got a strong hashtag or not. So again, this is really helpful because I don't know, being again the age I am maybe, or I'm a bit behind the times, but I don't know what hashtag I automatically have to use to get the best viewers. This really helps me an awful lot to identify that. And on you go, scrolling down further, you'll notice again, there's all kinds of questions that you have to answer or you should answer just so you don't breach any copyrights, and make sure that you have exactly everything in order before you go ahead and start posting your video. You can take it down and clean things up and put it back up again, but it's a lot simpler if you just do it right from the get-go. And don't forget, you have to hit save. If you don't save your work, you're going to really not have too much fun because you'll have to go back and do all the changes over again. So please remember, save your work always, every time, even if it's a small typo or spelling mistake, go up and hit the save button. Well, that's it for me today, folks. I really enjoyed doing this, and I really hope you're going to say like and subscribe to my channel because I have a lot more to offer. Talk to you soon.